What's going on, everybody? I am the Darius King, and this is the first episode of the Darius King Show. Now, you're in for a treat because we're going to be reviewing Sonic 3. Now, I don't know if any of you had a chance to see it, but just be warned, this will contain spoilers. So, I'm going to give you 5 seconds to kind of, get your bearings together. Starting. All right. So, in this one, I thought they did a great job of giving this one kind of its own flavor. I think that in this trilogy, they've kind of made each one different than the other. I think each one has something different to offer. And this one, what I liked about it was that, I like the adventure that they took you on. I like that it kind of added another layer of Sonic's maturity as well. Because keep in mind, he's been he's been a very playful kid. Like before on the second one, he was the blue blur. He was, the the playful hedgehog who was just worried about going fast and living life. Now on this one, it's a little bit different because now he's up against somebody who actually has the power to challenge him. Not only challenge him, I mean goodness. Shadow whooped them. I don't know who told Keanu Reeves to go full Shadow Wick here, but good grief, he beat the team spirit out of Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails. Traumatizing. Anywho, so in this one, I like that they have parallels though. I like that they showed Shadow's motivation behind why he was the way he was, because Shadow was kind of like Sonic when he was younger, and he kind of formed that bond with Dr. Robotnik's granddaughter Maria. And in that backstory, they showed that he lost Maria, and at that point, that was essentially the number one person that he cared about most, which was essentially his world. And I like that the twist of having someone close to Sonic get hurt as well, to show what would Sonic do? Would he still be a hero? Would he still be justice first, and all that stuff? And Sonic actually showed some rage, which I was not expecting actually. When Tom got hurt due to an accident to Shadow, two things happened. Shadow kind of looked at Sonic as himself, which I thought was very interesting. And not only that, but Sonic kind of looked at himself as Shadow, because at that point he challenged Knuckles. Now, the way he challenged Knuckles was was the only one who knew where the Master Emerald was. Sonic was like, "Give me the Master Emerald. We're gonna duke it out right here." Knuckles was like, "Nothing good is gonna happen if I tell you where the Master Emerald is." And Knuckles was ready to throw hands, trust and believe, but he put his hands down. I like that Knuckles kind of had a bit more maturity too. He said, "You know what? I'm gonna tell you what the Master Emerald is. But just be careful about putting, your revenge first." And Sonic was like, "I don't care. I just need power. I need to be supersonic. I need to go, go thrash Shadow real quick, and then I'll be back." And that's kind of what led to their clash. So Sonic and Shadow, was fighting. They were duking it out. Shadow with those doggone wrist limiters, man. Good grief, he was a problem. Like whoever had the idea to just make Shadow like full on a whole certified problem. Kudos to you, sir. You deserve a raise immediately. I mean, if they make a fourth one, sir, you need a lot of money in your bank account tomorrow. Just saying. But yeah, I like that he kind of surprised Sonic when he became Super Shadow. Um, and it also showed that Sonic kind of had a little bit more growing up to do himself. It wasn't until he was about to put Shadow out of his misery almost. I don't think he would have killed him, but I think he really would have hurt Shadow like pretty bad. And I'm a huge Shadow fanboy, so it hurt my heart to see Sonic kind of beat Shadow, because Shadow's just my guy. That won't change. I've always been a huge Shadow fan, but I like that collision really kind of made Sonic realize, hey, you know what, vengeance isn't the way. And it kind of made Shadow realize, like, well, wait, I could have turned out differently. I don't have to be like this. Just because Dr. Robotnik is kind of having this grandmaster plan of annihilating the Earth, I don't have to be like this. Like, there can be a world where I got somebody. And I thought that at the end, when Eggman and Shadow kind of came to an understanding, I thought it was a nice little touch too, because it kind of gives Shadow direction. Shadow's not gonna go home with Sonic and create a family. Like, I don't. That's just never been Shadow's character. Shadow's always kind of been the kind of not loner, but he's kind of been like the one man crew, pretty much. Even though he's worked with Eggman and everything, he's never really had like a family since Maria died. He kind of was like a one man show. So I like that little nice touch at the end. Something else I thought was really cool is that on the post credit scene, Sonic gets attacked by some metal machine Sonics, and no one knows where they came from, and it kind of leaves the mystery of, well, two things happen. I'm sorry. Sonic not only gets attacked by these metal machines, but Amy saves him. Amy like shows up out of nowhere, full hammer in hand, hooded up, and just reveals her hammer. And I'm like, oh my god, like this is Amy. But those two things like kind of made me wonder, like, okay, who really sent these robots? And number two, who else is here now? Because if Amy's here, there's no way she just magically showed up. She had to have had a way over here, which kind of opens the door for another character who I really, really like a lot, Silver. So my thinking is it's possibly that Silver might be on the next one. Now I could be wrong. Perhaps it's just wishful thinking. Perhaps it's me, fanboying out a little bit. Could be. Don't mean I won't be wrong though. Just saying. So just something to keep in mind here. But I thought it was a great movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. The scene though with Dr. Robotnik and Eggman dancing, I thought that was a little bit unnecessary, but I mean that didn't take away from my overall thought of the movie. I thought it was a fun ride. I like a fun ride movie. If you kind of just take it for what it is, don't look to be wowed by some deep drama, extravaganza. Like I'm not Ebert and Roper over here, friends. Okay, I'm not. So I enjoyed the adventure for what it was. I thought that the human portion of the cast did their job this time. It wasn't like a whole lot of human interaction on this one. I mean, not Eggman and Dr. Robotnik, but I'm saying like Sonic's family and her sister and her husband, who were in the second one a good bit. I like that they kind of limited the humans from doing too much throughout the movie. Now Dr. Robotnik and Eggman, they're kind of like the bad guys. They have their place, but I like that they kind of took a back step to the human interaction compared to the first two, and kind of just let Shadow do his own thing. I like that Shadow pretty much bodied Sonic on that highway scene. Like when he got that motorcycle, I said, "Oh yeah, Shadow Wick is in full effect." Like Sonic is in trouble. Like after he bodied all three of them, and then they had that motorcycle chase scene, I was like, "Dude, Sonic, you in trouble. Like it's time to make a business decision, friend." So I thought it was pretty cool. So I mean, if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. I went and watched it in Dolby Cinema. For those of you that have like an AMC pretty close to you, go check out Dolby Cinema. They have like standard and 3D and IMAX. If I'm going to watch an action-packed movie, I have to watch in Dolby Cinema. It's better resolution for me, and also it's like great sound too. Like the sound kind of flows throughout the theater. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Dolby Cinema, but yeah, it's a great cinematic experience. I'm a sucker for good cinematic experiences, especially when it comes to action movies. So yeah, give it a check. Yeah, definitely check it out and let me know what you think in the comments. If you got any other movie reviews you want me to review, and also don't forget to press the like and subscribe. And have a great day.